It's Petey with PHNX, and I know it's time for walking and talking. Coyotes are gone, so it's time to talk a little ASU hockey today. Got ASU hockey for Lukas Sillinger, son of former Coyote Mike Sillinger. We'll talk about that a little later. Lukas, first off, how does a guy from Regina, Saskatchewan, you played for Penticton?
Correct.
How do you find your way to college hockey from Penticton?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, my dad played a long time in the league. He's very familiar with the kind of routes that people can take that best advantages their type of style. And I think for myself, I was more of a late bloomer. So the WHL didn't really work out for me, as I was born and raised in Regina, like you said, on the western side there. And after I went to Penticton my very first year, Fred Harbinson, the coaching staff there, did a great job of twisting my arm and, introduced me to college hockey.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I took off and got to play a few good years in Bemidji with my brother, and then had a great chance to come to Arizona when the transfer portal opened up, and now here we are.
You talk about Bemidji State, and we'll just talk a minute about that. My hometown, by the way, Bemidji State, you got a lot of good opportunities there, and it's a good hockey team, but you played some really good hockey there. Like, you were one of their leading scorers. You were a guy that really excelled there in Bemidji. What made the change from Bemidji to here at a beautiful ASU campus?
Well, like you said, both schools are fantastic schools, but they're both very different from each other. I had 2 years at Bemidji to play with Owen, my older brother. We had a really mature team that went, had 2 great successful years there. And then when I got the opportunity to come to Arizona, it was a no-brainer. This program second to none.
I mean, look at this right now, Lukas.
They got a brand new facility, brand new rink.
Yeah.
And Coach Powers really brought me in. And, credit to all the guys that were here and making me feel belonged. And now it's kind of our turn to be the tradition onto the younger path.
Yeah. How much does that mean to you now? Because you're an older player here at ASU, and you've seen the banners in the building we are the tradition. As a leader now, you're a leader of this group. How important is that to you, the Be the Tradition slogan?
Yeah, when you have some alumni that have played here in recent years, and when they come and give us speeches, that's something that we really take out. Everyone that comes back to Arizona State always talks about how special a place it is and how you can't take the times here for granted. So becoming close to your teammates and really taking care of each other off the ice is what's going to translate on the ice.
Last year you wore the A for the Sun Devils, and you're part of the leadership group, but you're a year older, you're more experienced. I know they haven't named the captains yet, but do you see yourself as kind of a mentor to some of these young players?
I mean, whether you're wearing an A or not, whatever's on your jersey, I think it's good for everyone to be a leader in the locker room. I feel like we truly have 20, however many guys we have, leaders in that locker room. And it's just part of hockey. Everyone's a leader. Everyone kind of builds that quality of trait as they grow up. And just really excited for what's to come.
People that haven't seen you play, you can put up the numbers. Like last year, you put up 48 points. Am I wrong? Is that an ASU record for points in a season? I think it is, by the way. Look it up. Points in a season, Lukas Sillinger. What can fans expect to see from Lukas Sillinger on the ice?
Just playing my same game, confident, crafty with the puck, and a 200-foot game that's going to give it his all each and every night.
So that led you to this summer. You got the opportunity to go to the LA Kings rookie camp over the summer. Rumor has it, though, you lost your gear at LAX on the way. How was that experience, getting an opportunity to skate with some of the LA Kings draft picks and getting an opportunity to play with some professional players over the summer?
Yeah, that was actually a few years ago. But
was it?
It was a couple.
I thought it was this summer.
Yeah, the gear scenario there was kind of a funny story. My gear didn't show up until later on, so I was using all new equipment. But I got the chance to meet Luke Pavich there, one of our goalies that now transferred here. And that's the hockey world. You never know who you're going to run into. So, treating each other how you want to be treated off the ice is going to translate on the ice.
We talked about your dad a little bit before, Mike, and he's a guy that played a lot of games here in Arizona. but had an opportunity to play in a lot of different teams. How much do you think he influenced the way you play the game?
Lots. I'm very grateful for my dad, grateful for my entire family. Kudos to my mom. She's a superhero, having to deal with us 3 boys. But like I said earlier, he just kind of gave us the options and really kind of paved out what are going to be our best routes to play professionally, and that's what we're trying to do. We all want to play hockey for as long as we can, and we're lucky to look up to someone like him who has played a long time.
You talked about last season again too, in the Hobey Baker Award. You're a nominee for the Hobey Baker, college hockey's top player. Do you think about that stuff coming into this season, or do those individual personal things just kind of take care of themselves?
You know what, I think those things just kind of take care of themselves. When you're worrying about that stuff, the bounces aren't going your way. But when you're doing the things that are, looked at as correct, then that's when good karma comes into play.
We had an opportunity to talk to Ty Murchison a week or two ago, and we talked about the expectations of this Sun Devil team. Coming into this season, you're joining a new conference. Where do you guys think you can fit into the best conference in college hockey?
I mean, we're going to set the bar high. We're going to set the standard high. That's what we do here. We're looking to make a push and win the division, make the tournament. Like you said, we got a lot of new faces here. A great freshman class, and then a lot of stud transfers that came to our program to make it better.
Do you think, though, we talked about the transfer portal, and Bemidji State is a good example. The transfer portal from Bemidji, unfortunately, goes one way, and that's usually out. ASU now, it's coming in. And do you think this is becoming a real attractive place for NCAA college kids to come play hockey?
Absolutely. This program has skyrocketed, and it's only going to get better. As the years go, Coach Powers and the coaching staff did a great job of building this place, and it's only going to skyrocket.
I'm going to open the door just because it's hot, and you're wearing a sweatshirt, so we're not done yet, but we're going to get inside where you can cool off a little bit. Oh, how much better is that?
That's relaxing.
We'll finish. See, this is another problem you don't have in Bemidji, where you need to cool off, because that's easy to get where it's nice and cool in Bemidji. I'm going to ask you a few questions about some of your teammates, though.
Absolutely.
Okay, ready? So I know it's important, and I was just in the locker room just now, and I heard the music. Music is incredibly important. Who is the DJ of the ASU Sun Devil hockey program?
Well, it's Arizona's local, David Heimovich.
He's in charge of the music?
He's in charge of it. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, that's important. It's a big role in a team, trust me. Then, this one's tough because you guys are sharp. You guys travel, you look good when you travel. Who, when going around campus, who leads the way in the best drip on the ASU Sun Devil hockey team? Who has got the guy that you go, that's the guy?
I'll go with the big man, number 10, Tucker Ness.
Sorry, another Minnesotan, by the way. And on the same thing, who's really struggling? Like, who needs help? Like, Buddy. Like, that really, on the fashion, walking on campus, like, Buddy. Like, sharpen up.
I'm going to be hard on this guy a little bit, only because he's my roommate and I live with him and I've seen his closet, but Chase Ham.
Really?
Absolutely.
You heard it here. Well, I'm glad we got the opportunity. One thing we always end our interviews with, this is going to be hard. I apologize, I'm throwing this at you. We do a thing called Weekend Binge, where we try to give advice to people for a streaming service, something, a TV show, a movie, something you're watching online that you go, okay, here's a really good series, whether Netflix, Hulu, doesn't matter. What is Lukas Sillinger binging right now?
Right now, I'm currently watching the Hard Knocks and the Chicago Bears.
There you go. A sports, big surprise. The sports guy does the sports thing. Thanks so much, Lukas. Appreciate you taking the time. Really looking forward to watching this team. I think this is going to be a great year of ASU hockey. Thanks for following and tuning in. Make sure you join the PHNX. Dial in the show. We're going to keep up with ASU all season long. I'm Petey. As always, we'll see you at the rink.